The more you expose your pain, the more likely it is that people may want to hurt you. While this isn't always the case, it's common for some individuals to take pleasure in your suffering, or even contribute to it getting worse. This sadistic and envious behavior, unfortunately, is prevalent among many. It can certainly impede your personal growth in various aspects of life, whether at work, in social circles, or even within the family. Learning not to reveal your weak points can become your strength. Picture yourself as a tree amid a storm. The leaves may flutter, and the branches may sway, but the trunk stays solid, deeply rooted in the earth. This is the image of silent resilience we aim to teach. In this discussion, we will explore how you can become stronger by showing that external issues don't easily affect you, where each challenge teaches you to be like the tree, by acting as if nothing bothers you. You aren't denying the storm, but choosing not to let the rain soak you or the wind knock you down. You will learn to be the master of your own fate, firm, strong, and serene amid chaos. In this video, we will delve into Stoic principles of Epictetus, a renowned philosopher you likely know. Additionally, I invite you to embark on a journey of self-discovery, where strength doesn't come from the thunder's roar, but from the light's silent guidance. For the next few minutes, focus on the content and set aside daily distractions. Let's begin. Principle number 1. Listen twice as much as you speak. Have you ever wondered why nature gave us 2 ears but only 1 mouth? According to Epictetus, there's no error or coincidence in this, but a clear purpose: to fall in love with the voices of others rather than our own. It's through learning from others that we advance in life, not by repeating our own words endlessly. So from today, start paying more attention to what those around you say and less to what you've been upholding until now. Principle number 2. Always expect the worst. One of the main causes of anxiety and its devastating effects is the belief that unfavorable circumstances await us in the future. We fear our children will drop out of school, that we'll lose our jobs, that our spouses will admit to infidelity and ask for a divorce, or that we'll go bankrupt. The problem is that one day we fear one issue, and the next day another. Life's path reserves both good and happy parts for us, but also inevitable problems. Therefore, we live in constant stress, caused by different stimuli each day. Here, Epictetus offers a drastic yet effective solution. He advises us to think that all these feared events have already happened. So what could be worse? This way, your spirit will develop coping strategies to move forward confidently. Principle number 3. Prepare to fail because it's the only way to progress. We do the impossible to avoid being seen as fools, but Epictetus has a different perspective. According to his philosophy, being considered a fool can be beneficial, as it paves the way for professional and personal improvement. The Stoic philosopher reminds us that overcoming challenges is not a spontaneous reaction, but the result of a long path of trial and error. It's through mistakes that we can refine what distances us from excellence. Principle number 4. Be aware of the dangers of fortune. Wealth brings a stigma that few can escape. It's not just about the people who suddenly appear to benefit from our fortune by pretending to be our friends. Money has the power to transform people, and not necessarily for the better. Once we possess this highly coveted resource, we gain something we didn't know we had, and our spirit can start to poison itself with the loss of moral values. Principle number 5. Do not cling to a single hope. We are inclined to practice diversity, meaning there's no reason to pin all our hopes on one dream, as failure in it could be devastating. Epictetus encourages us to pursue multiple dreams, exponentially increasing our chances of success. Principle number 6. Always remember that death awaits at the end of the road. This isn't advice for pessimism, but to be aware that death is the final destination of all our actions and efforts. With this in mind, we might start to evaluate whether it's worth spending 20 years saving for a house we can't take with us when we die. Carrying a small notebook with these Stoic principles, like we do with essential items such as phones and credit cards, would benefit us greatly. Thanks to these principles, we won't see setbacks as misfortunes, but we'll gain a more realistic view of our existence, making better use of our time. Principle number 7. True wealth lies in a contented spirit. Epictetus had a unique view of happiness, encapsulated in his famous phrase, "A wise man is one who does not fret over the things he does not have, but rejoices in those he does have." This reflection teaches us to stop feeling afflicted by the riches we lack and appreciate what we have achieved so far. A rich person is, above all, a happy person. Principle number 8. Incorporate humility into your life. If you truly want to learn, you must acknowledge that you might not know as much as you think. Epictetus calls us to use humility, especially in learning. Boasting about our knowledge distances us from true understanding, which comes from the conviction that we are ignorant about what we seek to learn. Viewing the world through the eyes of a child, with wonder and a desire to learn, is essential. Principle number 9. Guilt is synonymous with plague. Narrow-minded people blame others. Ordinary people blame themselves. But the wise see all guilt as foolishness. This idea from Epictetus has influenced modern therapists to view guilt as a feeling to be eradicated. The only way to win against guilt is to refuse to play with it. Blaming others or ourselves absolves us of the responsibility to correct mistakes. Avoiding guilt requires a firm determination to overcome and take responsibility for our actions. Principle number 10. Make alliances with winning people. Just as we avoid someone who sneezes nearby to prevent infection, we should be cautious of one of the most lethal contagions, the influence of negative people. Epictetus advised us to surround ourselves with people who inspire us to give our best, as their behavior greatly impacts our state of mind. Some people drain our energy, while others fill us with joy and vigor. Choosing to ally with positive people and distancing ourselves from those who bring negativity is a smart decision. Principle number 11. Never forget that your reactions shape your destiny. We shouldn't take our reactions lightly, as they determine our success or failure. Epictetus taught that we can't choose what happens to us, but we can choose how to handle it. Misfortune can strike anyone, but our response to it marks the difference. For some, a divorce might lead to depression, but for Epictetus, it's an opportunity for self-discovery. Remember, your life is defined not by what happens to you, but by how you respond to it. Principle number 12. Always fulfill your duty. Everyone has a role in society, and just as the sun rises daily without needing praise, we must perform our duties without waiting for reminders. Knowing our tasks and understanding that others depend on them makes it our moral obligation to carry them out. Principle number 13. Do not hate those who hate you. Simply ignore them. You are much greater than those who criticize, despise, or discriminate against you. Don't waste your time hating them. They don't deserve to occupy your thoughts. Ignore those who harm you and become immune to their noise. Principle number 14. Bet on simplicity. Why live in frugality when we can surround ourselves with luxuries? The answer is simple. Wealth requires commitment and energy to maintain, whereas a simple lifestyle frees us from the pressure of bills, loans, and credit cards. Principle number 15. When you let others' comments and attitudes bother you, you hand over control of your life. Anyone who can make you angry becomes your master, but only if you let them. Epictetus teaches that many keys within us lead to happiness or ruin. Handing over the key to emotional ruin to those who anger us is a mistake. The solution is to build a barrier against others' attitudes, as each person is responsible for what they say and hear. Principle number 16. Friendship is above wealth. True wealth is found in genuine friends who support us if our material fortune disappears. Cultivating true friendships is a profitable long-term investment. Principle number 17. Always extract the benefit from things. Whatever happens, it's up to you to find the advantage. Epictetus said it's our duty to seek the positive in adversity. For example, if you get fired, instead of despairing, see it as an opportunity to pursue a dream you couldn't while working. Looking for the positive in situations will take you further than just lamenting. Principle number 18. Stop worrying about what is out of your control. You own your opinions, but not your reputation. You can seek and strive, but you can't control the amount of goods or success you have. Worrying about what you can't control wastes time. Epictetus calls us to cultivate values we can change and let fate handle the rest. In addition to being incredibly useful for everyday life, Stoic principles help us navigate tough times with resilience. They teach us to apply what we've learned and move forward. I hope you enjoyed the video, and since you've made it to the end, share your thoughts and write Armored Wisdom in the comments. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. See you soon.